Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards, and we're bringing you another awesome card show recap and review just for all you, my friends out there in YouTube land. So, it's a very small show, not a ton of pickups as you can see in front of you, but absolutely had to bring this one to you because I finally picked up probably, I don't want to say my last Grail, but definitely my last Cal Ripken Grail. You can see it in the background. We'll check it out at the end. But I am so beyond excited to have this in my collection. And it really is the star of the show. There's some other really nice stuff here, but nothing competes with this incredible 1982 Topps Traded Cal Ripken. But let's get right into it. So the show itself, very small. It was held at a firehouse. It was less than 20 tables. And once again, it was free to get in. Stop avoiding free shows. Like it is 100% maybe the best piece of advice that I can give anyone that loves this hobby, that does anything to do with this hobby, whether it's reselling, whether it's collecting. Like, go to free shows. Like, it's just the best thing you could do. I mean, it has such small risk associated with it since you're not paying anything to get into the show to begin with. And I mean, for me, this show was 25 minutes away. It was held at a very small firehouse not far from here. And it was nice. I mean, the people were nice. It was a different crowd of folks than I see at most of my other shows. So that was pretty cool, which definitely came with the added piece of like seeing stuff that you don't normally see, especially at other shows. So I think that's what led to a lot of these pickups. But let's get right into it. And then at the very end, you know how we do it. We will share with you exactly what we spent on the show, the total cost. We'll share with you the total value, and then we'll share with you the MVC, the most valuable card from this show. So starting with just a bunch of value box plays, and that's really what everything was. These were just in other value boxes than the top loaders. All in all, I'll give you the cost at the end. So Grayson Rodriguez got his Bowman Chrome rookie. As I've said before, I think he's going to be the #1 for the O's this year, unless some big trade happens at some point. He's trending that way. And then we also have a Bowman's Best Grayson Rodriguez. As I've said before, go for the higher end stuff if you can find it in the cheap value boxes. It's certainly a way to find value. And from here we got a Topps Laser Dennis Eckersley. Super cool die cut acetate type card. But I picked up you guys have probably seen a David Cone that I picked up. I forget how many shows ago that was. But this is just a really, really cool set that Topps did a while back. What was it, back in '96? So Dennis Eckersley, the Hall of Famer, thought was a really cool pickup. Troy Gloss Bowman rookie card. Just remember back in the day him playing with Tim Salmon. I don't know why those names stick out, especially now too that we have Mike Trout in the outfield with the Angels. So just a cool pickup there. He had some really solid power numbers in his career for a couple of years there. And we got Mike Lowell, another guy who came up with the Yankees, interestingly enough. I remember him mostly with the Red Sox and the Marlins. And Matt Morris's first Bowman card. I love picking his stuff up. I want to say I've bought this card a couple of times, but it's because he is from Middletown, New York, which is not very far from me. And he actually played for the New Jersey Cardinals. That was a very small single A, I think they were, or something along those lines, that was very close to me. And my dad and I used to go to those games all the time. And him and Coco Crisp were the two quote-unquote big names that came out of there. So definitely guys I remember, and I pick up their rookie cards just as a fond little memory that I have. And then we have a couple really cool 90s inserts. I think they're 90s that are 90, yeah, both 99. Topps Chrome, Lords of the Diamond and Early Road to the Hall, Juan Gonzalez. Lords of the Diamond's really cool. It's you can see that it's die cut at the top, and then Early Road to the Hall. It's just a gorgeous looking card. Unfortunately, did not was not, did not make it to the Hall of Fame, but he was an excellent player in his time. And then this was a really interesting one I'd never seen before, a double-sided refractor type card that has the finest protective coating on it. One side has Brian Jordan, the multi-sport athlete, and the other side has Johnny Damon. So really cool. And that's from, let's see here, does not say on that side, 96 possibly, tops, from the looks of it. So another really cool insert. Now we're getting into Cal. Cal's going to be a pretty sizable part of this video, especially with the big card at the end. But this is his Topps Finest, a good one to pick up from 94. I believe that's the second year of Finest. But still just a nice looking card. Far from what it looks like today, of course. I'll just leave this here. And then the Ripken collection that they did that was spaced out across a couple different collections. I think it even says on this card. You could find these. They appear in Collector's Choice, Upper Deck, and SP product lines in 1996. So this was the kind of header card that came out of Collector's Choice. And then I was able to grab one of the Upper Deck ones. So still not sure if I have the entire thing. I know I have plenty of pieces of it. I think I even have this top card, but I buy Cal all the time. He's just my guy. Always has been. Loved watching him play. And yeah, so here's Fleer 97. This would be an incredible card. If I ever get to meet him, that'll probably be a candidate for something I'd ask him to sign. And now we move on to Score Gold Stars. Once again, an earlier Cal from 94. And a nice foil look to it. And then a very young Cal. I think this is, what, 84, right? Yes. 84 Fleer. Look at that. Not too often you find the older stuff. And promotional samples, love buying promotional samples. Generally only buy them when they're Cal, and he has a good number of them. And I don't think I had the promotional sample for 96 Flair. So really cool looking card. And once again, for those that don't know, promotional sample, this is just something that the company would send to the card shops to kind of get them interested in purchasing or ordering the sets from them to sell in their shops. Another early Cal, 86 Fleer. Famous for its difficulty in the centering, of course, but this one doesn't look too terrible for that time. I don't buy too many new Cals, but definitely picking this one up because it's just nice. I like the mixture of like the old and the newer picture that they did on the, what is it, Chrome, what do they call it now? Platinum? Topps Chrome Platinum? I don't know, something like that. And check this out. Here's an Own the Game from 2006. So you see OG 13. In the archives, this is one of the insert sets. So this is one of the very original ones of Big Papi. So you can kind of see the inspiration. I mean, the cards look virtually identical, of course. Put that over here. Scott Rowland, the Hall of Famer, on the 21st Century Topps. The sharp, crazy kaleidoscopic look of that one. And that's from 99. David Ortiz, not going to pass on a Big Papi from Fleer Metal from 99. Kind of before he established himself as Big Papi, he was still on the Twins, but definite Hall of Famer. And you know me, I'm not going to pass up Metal Universe. Hideo Nomo, die-cut prospects card. Not one you see every day. I mean, this guy had a decently long career. He was definitely a big name when he came over. Everybody expected him to do huge things. But he probably never reached that, but he had a decently long career. So, I mean, good for him. And this is just a gorgeous looking card. And we have Jackson Churio on the Bowman Chrome rookie. And lastly, a Gunnar Henderson Bowman Chrome rookie. So the last card, the Grail, baby. 1982 Topps Traded Cal Ripken Jr. So you may be asking yourselves, why are you so excited about a 5, right? And believe it or not, the guy I bought this from had a 5 and I think an 8. It was either a 7 or an 8. And they were both affordable, you know, not terrible for what you normally see this card. Like this card, even raw, can be 100, 100 and a half, you know, just from guys that think their card is fantastic and yada yada. But this one had such better eye appeal than the 7 or the 8. We'll call it a 7. It was unbelievable. Like, I even talked to the guy. I was like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I can see a little mark here, you know, that maybe contributed to this getting a 5. Maybe a little whitening of the corner there. But I don't care about that. Like, look at the crispness of that picture there. Like, that is just absolutely gorgeous. And that's what I'm going to go for every time. I know a lot of people say it, but do not buy the grade. Buy the card. If the card looks better to you, and you're the one that's you know, you're the consumer of the card, you're the collector, buy that card, man. Like, there's to me, I don't see any reason whatsoever to buy a higher grade when the card just looks junky. So this was just an awesome pickup. I did have to talk myself into buying it because I don't often spend anything over, I want to say like maybe $50 per card is like the tops that I'll kind of go when I'm not at a show like the National. But for this guy, obviously I spent a little bit more. I think it ended up being like $80, but I was super happy with it. And I'm so darn glad to finally have it in my, you know, that's just in the bag. I am so glad to finally have it in my collection. I officially have all of Cal Ripken's rookie cards, even though this is, I maintain, I don't know what the official word is, but I think this is an extended rookie, since he had the standard rookie in the basically the 3 guys, you know, like they used to do those rookies in the 90s where they would have 3 different rookies on the same card. And you know, he was on that one with 2 other guys that didn't really pan out. But I have multiple versions of that card, and that card is significantly cheaper than this card. So with that said, let's get to the stats. So the total cost of everything you see here, as I said, the Ripken itself was $80. So unbelievably, everything else you see here was just $20. Ended up spending a grand total of $100. $100 on 25 cards, which obviously works out to be a total cost of roughly $4 per card. The total value is $112 and about 50 cents, so between $112 and $113, which works out to be about $4.50 in value per card. So once again, one more victory, still stringing those victories together, still having good shows and coming out on top. And I don't think it's anybody's surprise that the most valuable card here is the Topps Traded Cal Ripken. Even in a 5, tends to sell for between $85 and $90. So, I mean, had I just bought this card, I still would have done okay. Still would have been, you know, once again, you know, whether you want to say in the black or whatever. But still ended up doing, you know, better than what it was priced. So I think that's, at the end of the day, that's really what you're looking for. I don't personally care. I just wanted the card. That's how I buy anything, since I'm a collector. But yeah, that said, that's the stats. That's the nice little show. Do not ignore those free shows. I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again every time I go to one, and I do pretty well like this. It's an excellent rule to live by. But with that said, you guys, I don't want to keep you longer than I have to. We'll make this one nice and short. If you could head down below, click the like, click the subscribe button while you're there. If you like content just like this or openings, we bring them to you twice a week on Mondays and Fridays. And we'd love to have you along for the ride. And the one last thing I want to say is just thank you. Thank you for absolutely everything. Thank you for putting on the show. Thank you for, you know, the conversations. Thank you to the dealers that were incredible. Thank you for, you know, just being an incredible community. I like to say it each and every time. You guys are incredibly awesome. And just thank you. But with that said, I'll stop rambling. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.